So I saw the newest DCEU movie, The Suicide Squad, and I'm here to give my thoughts and review on it. Spoilers ahead, and with that all out of the way.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll see into your imagination.
So this movie is basically a semi-reboot slash sequel to the Suicide Squad from 2016, directed by David Ayer, and I actually liked the first film. I thought it was enjoyable, it was fun, even though many people did not like the Suicide Squad film from 2016. I liked it. I know it has problems. I liked it. I thought it was fun. But this film, The Suicide Squad, made by James Gunn, is so much better than the one from 2016, I have to admit. In fact, I'd say this is currently, The Suicide Squad, this film is currently my favorite DCEU film. But let's be honest, the other DCEU films range from bad to being just kind of solid, like in the low 80s. I say the best DCEU film besides The Suicide Squad. I like this film a lot, but I wouldn't even put this in the 90s. I don't think I have, no DCEU film, in my opinion, is in the 90 percentile, which I hope changes soon because the quality as it stands is not really that great of a franchise. With that being said, James Gunn did an excellent job with this film, and I really like that he brought that feeling that anyone could have died in this film at any moment, except for Harley Quinn, of course, because DC basically wants to put her in as many things as possible, so I knew that she wasn't going to die at all. We already know she's going to be in other projects because Margot Robbie has talked about it in the past, but everyone else, I got very worried that they were going to kill off because I liked a lot of the characters. They were all really good, and the standouts for me were Bloodsport, Ratcatcher 2, Harley Quinn, Peacemaker, and Rick Flag. Those were my favorite characters, like the ones that stood out the most in the film. My favorite character out of all of them, though, I would feel was Ratcatcher 2. I thought she was fun, quirky, and she had like this innocence to her character. And for me, she was the heart of the film. I like the actress too. I hope to see her in more movies in the future. Maybe she could reprise her role as Ratcatcher 2. I'm so glad that she survived because that would have been pretty upset if she got killed off. But yeah, I feel James Gunn in general got the best out of like every character. I felt like every character, he did a good job setting them up and did a good job executing their arcs and story. And everyone, I think he did a good job having great moments for everyone in the film, especially Harley Quinn. I think he did an excellent job with Harley Quinn because in my opinion, she was kind of getting like repetitive. I felt like she was starting to become annoying after the Birds of Prey film. I thought she was alright in the Suicide Squad from 2016, but she was kind of inconsistent as a character in that film. And then in the Birds of Prey movie, I felt like she was annoying and I felt like that was too much Harley Quinn, and it doesn't help that I didn't like that film too. But in this film, she was great. This was the best. This is what I want to see Harley Quinn be like in the future. She was written consistently. She wasn't annoying. I felt like her jokes actually landed. Margot did a great job. This was her best performance yet. She had like cool action scenes. You could really see the crazy side of her, like especially when she killed that one dude in that hotel and like in the midpoint of the film. And this did a really great job at like showing her psychotic side while showing her like funny, not innocent obviously, but you know what I mean if you've seen the film. Like she's like this cute, innocent vibe to her as well, while also being a crazy psychopath that could kill you at any moment. And I feel like James Gunn really did a great job at writing her character in this film. I honestly hope someday James Gunn could direct a Harley Quinn movie, because I feel like there could be a good Harley Quinn movie out there given the right director. And James Gunn did an excellent job at writing Harley Quinn, and I hope he does a movie actually of Harley Quinn in the future, because if this Harley Quinn moving forward is like this, like she was written in the Suicide Squad, I think she could be a cool character in a lot of DC future projects instead of being kind of annoying and repetitive, like, and inconsistent, like the way her character was previously. Back to this film, the story was enjoyable and it was easy to follow. I liked the ending. Those were the things I liked about the film. It was quite sad actually with what happened. I felt like there was a lot of sad moments and heartfelt moments, and I was very sad what happened to Rick and Peacemaker. I really wished Rick survived the film, and as I did like him in the first movie, and I kind of saw him as the lead of this Suicide Squad franchise, but he had a good arc in this film. You could say his character wrapped up quite nicely in the end, but still, I really did not see a need for him to be killed off. I kind of didn't like that. I know that's kind of like nitpicking, but it worked. I feel like certain characters should have not died, and I feel like the whole killing off thing worked in the beginning of the film, but I really think King Shark and Polka Dot Man should have been the ones that should have been killed off and no one else. Because if they were ever to make a franchise and multiple sequels, the cast, like this is the core cast that I really liked, and I feel like all flowed together and all had great chemistry. But when you kill off half of the cast, then like the sequels won't really work as much because it's going to be a different roster each time. And I don't know, I'm not a really big fan of Rick being killed off. I think he was like the centerpiece of this franchise. You can make an argument that was Harley, that was like the lead of this franchise, but I liked Rick from the first movie, and that's just me though. But I didn't like that he got killed off. So yeah, I guess I'm going to the things that I did not like about the film. That was a big problem. I didn't like that certain characters were killed off. Another problem I had with this film was the jokes. I feel like it either landed a lot, like I was cracking up so much I was in tears, or I was just cringing because there was a joke that was just not funny. I think there was a joke where Peacemaker was joking about things all over the island, and how if there were multiple things, he would chop them all off or something. I don't want to say the word because I don't want to be like flagged by YouTube, but I think you know what I'm talking about if you've seen the film. That was not funny. I was just cringing the whole time. I was just cringing throughout that. But a joke that really did land was them killing all of the rebels from that island that they were on. Like they thought they were killing the bad guys, but instead of killing the bad guys, they actually killed the good guys, the Suicide Squad. That was hilarious. I didn't see that coming either. I'm sure other people did, but I didn't see that coming. I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah, so either jokes landed or they didn't. That was a big problem I had with the film, was the jokes just didn't land sometimes, and it was just cringe. Another thing I didn't like the way it ended. Like, I like the ending, but like the actual ending, like before it hits the credits, I did not like it. I wish it was more of a wrap up to all the characters. I wish there was more of a follow up of what happened with Amanda Waller. Amanda Waller's crew knocked her out and decided to help the Suicide Squad in the end. I wish there was a little bit more of follow up to that. You know, that kind of bothered me. I didn't like the way it just kind of ended. You know what I mean? I wish there was a little bit more of a satisfaction, if you know what I'm saying, to that ending. Overall, though, this film was a good film with good characters, and there was a lot I liked, and there were some things I did not like, and it was very entertaining overall. And yes, it was very entertaining with some really heartfelt moments in it, and I give this film an 85%. I do hope we get a sequel to this film or get spin-offs with some of these characters. I heard originally James Gunn wanted to kill off more characters, and he really wanted to kill off Ratcatcher 2, which would have made me that would have been a really bad idea, and that would have made me upset personally. I'm so glad he did not do that, because I want to see spin-offs with her in the future, and I'm glad Peacemaker is getting a spin-off show, but if I'm being honest, I would have preferred to see a spin-off show with Bloodsport or Ratcatcher 2 before I would see a spin-off with Peacemaker.